All right, folks. Prairie Fiddler coming to you again from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. And as promised, I'm going to try to do uh, a sound comparison between four different violins that I've assembled here. Um, just to try and keep everything equal. Going to be using the same bow. This is the bow I usually use, always use actually. And interestingly enough, this bow Lothar Herman bow is probably worth more than all of these violins put together, quite a bit more. It's a really nice bow. Um, and also I actually added an external microphone to my phone here to do the recording. And being the Luddite that I am with technology, it took me a little while to get the thing working, but it's all good now. So, so just to refresh the test here. So we have a Corelli violin. Again, they're all made in China. So we have a Corelli, we have a Stentor 2, we have an Airsi, it's called AEI-RSI, that I imported myself. And this is a violin that I bought in the white and graduated and finished myself. These all have steel strings, and they're all stock. That's the strings that they come with. The one that I finished has D'Addario Ascent strings, so they're a little bit better. They're a synthetic core string. Um, and I guess the last ingredient that I have to add here is that I have to play equally badly on every violin to try and get a good comparison. So I'm going to try and play a Ashokan Farewell for you. So we'll start with the Corelli, and here goes. Corelli. Now the Stentor 2. Now the Airsi. And now the Glenn Larson. So the bridges are all cut fairly similarly on these. There's very slight differences, so my bowing may not have been as precise. One of the big differences I see here, the fingerboard, the neck and the fingerboard on the Stentor is just slightly narrower than the other three. And for my sausage fingers, I kind of prefer the wider spacing. It's not a huge issue, I guess, but it's just one very subtle difference. I haven't actually measured the differences to see exactly how much it is. Might only be a half a millimeter. Also, I have on the Aircy and the Stentor, they have this type of fine tuners on the tailpiece, and I'm not really crazy about them. They work and everything, but they seem to be not very responsive. These ones here that I put on myself, much nicer to work with. So anyways, that's the differences, and I can see the more I play them. Obviously, I think that the one that I'm biased, of course, but the one that I finished myself has more projection. Some of them have a nicer D, some a nicer bass, but I have to say that the Corelli, very cheap or inexpensive, I guess, and you get a lot of stuff with it, but oh my gosh, it brings tears to your eyes. It's so harsh and piercing. I just would not recommend this one at all. I'd have to say that the Stentor 2 and the Aircy, the sound at my ear is quite a bit different than what the microphone would be picking up. They're pretty close, but I would say that myself, I kind of prefer the Aircy, and over time, I think they may mature a little bit differently. Who knows? But just at face value, I kind of prefer the Aircy, and of course, this is the one that I like. There. Hope you enjoyed that little demonstration and maybe you learned something of value. We will see you in the next video that I do sometime in the next couple of weeks. Thanks for watching.